To Melania Trump, she gave a speech in Pennsylvania in which she said this about the web: our culture has gotten too mean and too rough, especially to children and teenagers. And the media reaction was sort of along the lines of CNN's Dana Bash. Have you met Donald Trump? Maybe you should talk to your husband about the example he set.
Well, this is a very fair criticism, since the person we know who's has bad behavior on social media more than anybody is Donald Trump. At the same time, it's interesting to see how the media kind of engaged in their own bullying of Melania Trump, or making fun of her language skills or whatnot, and also how they have a different standard for her relationship to her spouse, or Donald Trump's relationship to his spouse, that we do for Hillary Clinton to her spouse. We're supposed to create this huge wall between Bill and Hillary Clinton that we don't see applied to the Trumps. But
obviously, Bill, a former president. Overall, the media have been fair to Melania Trump, who doesn't really seek the spotlight. This is the first speech she's given since the convention.
I think a number of the stories on her have been fair, and I think the campaign knows that, her working illegally in the U.S. I think where she's gotten short shrift is that she hasn't gotten some of the warmer, fuzzier coverage that spouses of candidates often get. You might remember in 2012, Chris Wallace went to Ann and Mitt Romney's home, and she was making pancakes. Melania Trump doesn't really get those stories. The campaign hasn't put her out there in that way, but she's gotten some short shrift there.
She's an asset to the campaign. There was some snarky coverage early on about her life as a model and all of that. But since the Access Hollywood tape and the accusations against Donald Trump, she's mainly stayed away from TV interviews, probably not wanting to have to deal with that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, also, I think the press has been unfair to her. I think that she is not a politician. She's never been out there before. This is a very tough thing for a family member to do. And so when she goes out there and, like, they give her a bad speech they wrote, or they have her talking about something, I mean, the press should put more focus on bad staffing and sort of mismanagement.
You can tell that Trippy's been in a lot of campaigns because he has empathy for people who are not, or the civilians, as we call them. Joe Trippy, Molly Hemingway, Aaron McPike, good to see you this Sunday.